What's up, everyone? Welcome to Game Conclave. This is Vberg. As you may or may not know, Nintendo had a Direct today. That's right, they stealthily and sneakily snuck one out just a week before the Switch 2 Direct. So we're going to cover everything we were excited to see at today's Direct. Let's start off with the turn-based classic RPG Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D Remake. Now, late last year, a remake of 3 dropped, and we've known for a while that 1 and 2 Remake is coming out sometime this year. And it looks like a new character has been added into the story for 2. Unfortunately, we still don't have an official release date, but we do know it's coming to the Xbox Series X and S, PS5, Switch, and PC sometime this year. I'm hoping the next time they show us more about this game, we finally get a release date. No Sleep for Kaname Date from AI The Somnium Files is the third entry in the series, the AI The Somnium Files. This is a visual novel adventure series where you play as a detective who has an AI built into him that he uses to help him solve mysteries. In this third entry, he's going to be trying to save an internet idol named Iris, who has become trapped inside of a video game. You'll conduct interviews and dive into people's dreams to discover what's really going down. This is a pretty underrated little series. This entry is going to be coming on July 25th for the Nintendo Switch, but we did not receive any information about if it's hitting any other platforms. If we do get any more info, we'll let you know.
2 minutes until oxygen 0.
Raidou Remastered, The Mystery of the Soulless Army is a mouthful, but it's nothing compared to the original name of Atlus's action RPG, which was Devil Summoner Raidou Kuzunoha versus the Soulless Army. I'm glad to see Atlus is trying to make their games easier to communicate by lowering the absurd number of characters. Anyways, this is a great action RPG from them. It's another one of those Shin Megami Tensei spin-offs. In it, you can summon demons to help Raidou solve puzzles, investigate supernatural mysteries, and partake in combat. It's set in Japan during the 1930s. These games are very expensive, and I'm glad there's going to finally be a cheaper price point for people to experience this first title. If you're a fan of the Shin Megami Tensei series or the Persona series and you haven't ever played this one, you'll definitely want to take a look at this when it drops on the Xbox One, Xbox Series X, NS, PS4, PS5, Switch, and PC on June 19th, and hopefully it sells well so we get the second entry in the Raidou Kuzunoha series. Shadow Labyrinth is the bizarro dark Metroidvania take on Pac-Man that was hinted at back in the Amazon series Secret Level. And, well, it's finally coming. In it, you play as a swordsman who is awoken by Pac-Man and then sets out to kick all sorts of alien monster butt. Pac-Man will eat them so you can transform into an even stronger combined form, and he'll also eat you for platforming sequences. I don't even know what to make of this dark and gritty take on Pac-Man. Is it awesome? Is it confusing? Maybe both? I'm not really sure yet. But it's going to be dropping on July 17th for the Xbox Series X, NS, PS5, Switch, and PC. Patapon 1+2 Replay is a remake of the first 2 Patapon games, and that was not something I expected to see at a Nintendo Direct, but it appears that Bandai Namco has licensed out the publishing rights on this from Sony, and is going to be bringing it to the Switch. Anyways, Patapon is a classic rhythm series from Sony that came out back on the PSP. I can't tell you how many hours I've heard these little buggers singing Patapon in my life. You lead your little army in rhythm-based battles. This one is dropping on July 11th for the PS5, Switch, and PC. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond was announced at today's Nintendo Direct. In it, Samus will need to survive on the mysterious planet of Vuros. While on this planet, Samus will acquire psychic powers, allowing her to use telekinesis to not only manipulate devices and solve puzzles, but open doors, as well as granting her the ability to change the trajectory of her beam shots. So she'll spin and shoot her way to solving the mystery of why she's being called the Chosen One. Interestingly, Nintendo did not give us a release date for this title, other than sometime this year. So are we looking at a potential cross-gen Switch 2 launch title here? Who knows? Maybe we'll find out next week at the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. Make sure you tune in next week, as we'll be letting you know everything that happens in that one as well. In the eternal life of Goldman, us ancient fogies are going to finally see some real representation. That's right, whippersnappers, we get to play as an old-ass dude in this side-scrolling action platformer with its awesome-looking hand-drawn visuals, where we jump around with our customizable cane and bash baddies in what's sure to be a hilariously fun little game. It's going to be dropping on the Xbox Series X and S, PS5, Switch, and PC sometime later this year. Gradius Origins is dropping for you shmup fans. This collection has 6 titles, including their variants from different regions, giving you a total of 17 different shmups to choose from, including the all-new Salamander 3. Konami just keeps bringing so many of their classic titles back, and it makes me really happy for people. All these classic series just keep returning. Gradius Origins is dropping on the Nintendo Switch on August 7th, and no news at this time about any other console releases. Rift of the Necrodancer is the sequel to the rhythm roguelike Crypt of the Necrodancer. In it, we play as Cadence, who is dragged into a new world where she must slay bosses and monsters in rhythmic combat. The game features 30 new tracks, 4 difficulty levels, and the ability for you to create custom maps with your own music or a remix mode for challenges. You'll also have to rescue your friends as well as partake in part-time jobs. This one actually dropped on PC back in February, but it's dropping today, March 27th, 2025, for the Nintendo Switch, alongside with a new DLC pack that is paid for, but it features Soulless. Pokemon Legends Z2A. We're finally seeing more about Nintendo's upcoming Pokemon game. Like usual, we will choose a starter Pokemon, and this one's going to take place in Lumia City. There will be wild zones to explore where wild Pokemon hang out and occasionally attack you, as well as various parts of the city to explore, such as rooftops. The game will also have a day-night cycle, and at night the Royale Tournament will begin in battle zones where enemy trainers can attack you. The combat will take place in real time, featuring our Pokemon fighting enemy Pokemon, and you'll work your way up the ranks starting at Z all the way to A, with a rumor that whoever makes it to rank A will have their wishes granted. We still don't have an actual release date, but we can expect this to drop late 2025 according to Nintendo. High on Life, the previously Xbox exclusive that made the jump to PlayStation, is now making the jump to the Switch, 3 years after its initial release. This sci-fi first-person shooter, where your gun won't shut the hell up, was dreamed up by the creator of the Rick and Morty series. In it, you play as a silent protagonist whose job is to save the planet after it's invaded by an alien cartel. And don't worry, if you're not into silent protagonists, your gun will do all the talking for you. In fact, it won't shut the hell up. So if you love terrible jokes, this is a game for you. It'll be launching on May 6th for the Switch. Star Overdrive is a really fun looking game. I mentioned before on one of our Sunday news videos that this game is probably the closest thing we'll ever get to a Silver Surfer video game, and yeah, it just keeps looking like that. Just looks like a sweet little exploration title, a little bit of hack and slash combat. In it, you're going to be racing to respond to a distress signal you pick up from a gal, and the soundtrack, it sounds like it's going to be really, really awesome. It's going to be a Switch exclusive as far as we know, and is launching on April 10th. Saga Frontier 2 Remastered. This one's been rumored for a while, but as a lifelong Saga fan, I gotta say I'm happy that not only has it been announced, the game also shadow dropped today. This game is known for its gorgeous watercolor aesthetic, fantastic turn-based combat, and a great soundtrack. This remastered version is going to add in new story elements, updated visuals, a new user interface, and new characters to recruit. In this one, you actually play as 2 separate characters who each have their own separate storylines, but they will intersect as you kind of hop between them. And as I've said in some of our other videos, if you like your RPGs dense with little to no hand-holding and filled to the brim with mechanics, you definitely want to be giving this series a shot. Saga Frontier 2 Remastered dropped today, March 27th on the PS4, PS5, Switch, and PC.
Bear witness to this history.
All right, and then we have the second Sony game that was announced at the Nintendo Direct today. Everybody's Golf Hot Shots. It's the latest entry in the Everybody's Golf series, and yeah, I didn't expect to see any Sony's franchises mentioned, let alone 2 of them at the Switch Direct, but hey, whatever. This one, like the Patapon, has been licensed out to Bandai Namco, which is just really interesting. But in a Golf Hot Shots, you can play solo or with 4 friends in local or online multiplayer. There's the usual challenge modes, as well as the wacky golf mode, where all sorts of shenanigans can interfere with your game. It's dropping on the PS5, Switch, and PC sometime in 2025. Now this one's gotten me hella excited. Marvel Cosmic Invasion. It's going to be a beat-em-up by Tribute Games, who also made the really awesome Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge title. Absolutely love that all these sprite-based beat-em-ups have returned. In this one, we get to play as Captain America, Spider-Man, Storm, Wolverine, Venom, Nova, and Phyla Vel, and even more unannounced heroes. I was literally just complaining the other day on Twitter that the Captain America and Avengers beat-em-up game from 1991 wasn't playable on modern systems, so maybe I willed this one into existence or something. I don't know. It's coming to the Xbox One, Xbox Series X, NS, PS4, PS5, Switch, and PC sometime later this year. Witchbrook is a cozy little life sim coming to us from Chucklefish. In it, you'll play as a little witch attending a magical academy in the town of Mossport. You'll learn spells, brew potions, and compete with your coven for top marks to graduate. You'll also interact with classmates and take on part-time jobs to pay your tuition, and can even find romance in this little cozy title. If Hogwarts Legacy didn't scratch your fantasy itch for growing up in Hogwarts, this one might just get it done for you. It'll also feature 4-person local or online multiplayer, and it drops sometime this year on the Xbox Series X and S, Switch, and PC. Okay, and the last two things that were mentioned at the Nintendo Direct that we thought were pretty interesting, we're just going to boil down into one little section. They weren't actually about games so much as they were about ways you interact with games. Nintendo talked about a virtual game card that can be created for your digital games. And so what you'll do is create a virtual game card, and then you can loan out your games to friends and family members. And it can only happen for about a 2-week period, but you'll be able to insert and eject virtual cards on separate switches. And they're also going to be bringing out an app called Nintendo Today on all phone systems. And so you need a Nintendo account to interact with the Nintendo Today, and it'll give you daily information about various Nintendo products and franchises and all that. So if you're a big Nintendo fan, you'll probably want to check out the app. As for Nintendo's version of kind of game sharing that they announced, I think we're just going to have to wait to see it in action before we can make any final judgments on it, but it's a very interesting feature. So is there anything from the Nintendo Direct that piqued your interest? If so, let us know down in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And as always, from all of us here at Game Conclave, thank you so much for watching.